Okay, let's start grade 11, chapter number 1, unit number 1, which is trade and support service. So when you're looking at the topic itself, you can see the chapter is combination of two things. What are the two things? One area that we are going to focus on, this trade. What is this trade? Okay. Another area that we are going to focus on, the support services. So first we'll finish off the trade part and we'll come to the support services. So let's go to the first one, which is trade. What is trade, Lamai? What is trade? Very simple. Trade is very simple. Simply, it is an exchange which is happening, right? Trade is an exchange which is happening. So let's go through the note. Trade and support services are two important concepts related to the business organizations. Both the activities are mandatory to ensure proper functioning of the business organization. So both the activities are very important. What are those both the activities? We'll learn it. We'll learn it. So one is the trade part, other one is the support service part. If I just give you a rough idea, let's take this class that we are conducting. Here actually a trade is happening between you and me. What is the trade, Lamai? We are exchanging something. You are giving me money. I am giving you a service. You are buying my service. I am selling my service to you. You are buying it. In return, you are giving me money. Likewise, you take a business like a bookshop. So in that bookshop, what are they doing? They will give you books. In return, you will give money. So that is also a trade. Simply, it is an exchange. Let's take another example. We'll assume the wholesale supplier. That means a person who is supplying large quantities of rice. A person who is supplying large quantities of rice, he will give the rice to maybe small shops. So in return, those shops will give money to that supplier. Let's take another example. We'll assume Atlas. Atlas is giving their books to bookshops. So in return, bookshops are giving money to Atlas. A trade. So in simple terms, trade, it is an exchange, which is money. And now let's focus on the second part, which is the supporting service. Supporting services means, Lamai, very simple. The services which are supporting a business. Again, let me take this class example. I want to conduct classes. I want to give you the service. Okay. So for you to buy the service, you have to pay money. Are you coming to my home and are you giving me money? No, right? It's not happening like that. What you are doing, You are going to the bank and you are depositing the money to the bank. Bank is transferring the money to me. Then understand, bank is supporting my business, right? Bank is supporting my business. How? By taking the money from my customers and they are giving it to me. A supporting service. Let's take another example. You are running a factory where you have lot of staff members. Under you, lot of staff members are working. So for your business to function properly, those staff members should come to your location, right? එතනට ඇවිල්ලානේ වැඩ කරන්න ඕනේ ළමයි. They should come there and they have to do whatever the manufacturing task they are doing. We'll assume your staff, you are running a business of producing and selling tables. Then those carpenters should come to your place, then only they can produce and sell the tables. Then only they can produce the tables. Okay. Then I understand, for your staff to come to your location, transport service, it is helping, right? So that transport is supporting your business. So likewise, there are certain supporting services, not all the supporting services, people. Certain supporting services we will be learning in your grade 11 syllabus. Certain supporting services, not every. So as I told you, this chapter is focusing on two areas. One is trade, other one is the supporting services. Let's get a very good understanding about this trade level. As I told you in simple terms, trade means exchange. Okay. Let's go through the note. Buying and selling and exchange of goods for money or for other goods also could be described as trade. In simple terms, it can be described as buying and selling goods and services or purchasing and selling of a product. Trade originated from barter. You studied the barter system, people, where people used to exchange the excess that they had as a result of the specialization. People had some excess products with them, so they started to exchange it. That is the place where this exchange came into the equation. Somehow, people, in your syllabus, this trade, they have broadly classified into two categories. Syllabus, the trade is classified into two categories. What are the two categories? There is something called domestic trade and there is something called international trade. International trade. So what is this domestic trade? Very simple. Maybe rocket science very simple thing. Where this buying and selling thing is happening within the country. Within the country. So if I need a book, I will go to the bookshop and buy. Domestic. If the bookshop needs some books, then they will order from the atlas. Within the country. So this domestic trade lamai, broadly we can split into two. What are the two? One is the retail trade. Retail trade. Other one is the wholesale trade. Wholesale trade. So any idea about this retail trade and wholesale trade? Very simple. Not difficult. Retail trade kiyanne lamai. Retail trade means where you are selling the item to the end user, antima user. Let me take an example. Example which I took previously. This is the bookshop. This is you. You are going to the bookshop. You are buying this book. And you are using the book. You are using the book. So bookshop sold the book to end user or last user, end user of the book. This is one example. Now let's take another example. Let's take another example. Here we have the Atlas company. Atlas company selling the book to bookshop. Atlas company selling the books to bookshop. So if you take Atlas company is selling the book not to the end user. They are not selling directly to you, Nilamai. Atlas is not directly selling to you, no. Atlas is selling it to bookshop. Bookshop only selling it to you. Which means Atlas is selling the book. Atlas is selling the book to a reseller. මෙයා තමයි resell කරන එක. He will resell it again. He will resell it. So here we have two businesses. One business is the Atlas. Other business is the bookshop. Remember, Lamai, here the bookshop is selling to the end user. Since they are selling it to the end user, we will call it as a retail business. Retail business. Atlas is selling to a reseller. That bookshop will sell it again. Atlas will give thousands of books to bookshop. Out of that 1,000 book, you will get only one book. You won't go and buy thousands of books again. So Atlas in this particular example, wholesale. Wholesale විකුණනවා කියන්නේ. It is a wholesale business. Large quantities. For each bookshop, they will go and give 1,000 books. Atlas. For each bookshop, they are giving 1,000 books. You think and see the amount of books that Atlas has. Big quantities. But this business bookshop is not selling 1,000 books to you, I mean. They are telling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, very small quantities. Retail business. So remember, if a business is there, if it is selling directly to the end user, that is a retail business. If a business is there who is selling not directly to the end user, for a reseller, again, we couldn't correct. That is a wholesale business. So let's take another example. We'll assume this is Sumudu Tailors. Sumudi is stitching some t-shirts. Okay. So Sumudu stitching and selling the t-shirts. So we'll take, yeah, Sumudu stitching and selling the t-shirts. They are direct now. This particular business directly selling the t-shirts to the last person, the person who is wearing the t-shirt. So Sumudu will get maybe whatever the materials needed for the t-shirts, maybe from China, or from Bangladesh, or Bangladesh. So this Bangladesh is selling the whatever the t-shirts or the garments to Sumudu. So this is a wholesale business. This is a retail business. So as I told you, in retail businesses, we will directly sell it to the end consumer. In wholesale business, generally big quantities, they will sell it for some other reseller or retail business. After that, only that retail business will sell. So this wholesale person, generally, he doesn't have the direct connection with the customer. Who is having the direct connection with the customer? This retail business. Who is having the direct connection with the customer? The retail business, not the wholesale business. The end customer. अंतिमට පාවිච්චි කරන එක. Ah. So who is having the final connection with the final user? This retail business, not the wholesale business. So you take your tune and write down, and let me explain this international trade also. International trade also very simple, lamai. One is you have the import, other one is the export. Import trade and export trade. Import trade means lamai, where we are buying from other countries. Other countries are international. Where we are buying from other countries. We are bringing it to our country. We are bringing it. Export trade means we are sending our products to other countries. Now let's take an example. In Sri Lanka, the rubber, if you take rubber, we export. It means we are sending it to other countries, our rubber. Our garment, apparel, dresses, MAS, Randix, Hydramani, Hela Clothing. These are big export companies in our country. Don't think they are stitching the clothes for Sri Lankans. No, they are target market, not Sri Lankans. Their main target market is US. So they export our whatever the clothes that we stitch to US. Export, yavano. Yavima export, ganima import. Sending to outside country export, getting from outside country import. So if you take vehicles, Sri Lanka, we import vehicles. From Japan, we are bringing it. From Europe, we are bringing it. Germany, we are bringing it. US, we are bringing it. Import. So import, ගේනේවා, export, යවනේවා. ටක් ගාලා මේක ලියා ගන්න. Quickly write. Okay. So domestic trade means trade which is happening within the country. Here, highlight these things. Highlight trade in activities that take place within the country. Within the country. The international trade with the other countries. With the other countries. So now we'll write the note about the retail trade lamai. Human require different goods and services to fulfill their wants. These goods and services are sold to the end user by retailers. Retail trade means selling the goods and services to final consumer or end user, antima user. So when you all are writing lamai, do not write for the sake of writing. When you all are writing, always write with the proper understanding. Do not write for the sake of writing. Now let's write certain characteristics. Let's write certain characteristics. Selling goods and services. Selling goods and services to final consumer. To final consumer. Provides variety of goods. Now you just go to a Sillara kade lamai. In Sillara kade you can find rice. You can find, you can list a lot, no? Dal, to sugar, to anchor, to toothpaste, to toothbrush, to battery, to cream, to soap, to shampoo, to you name it, everything. In a Sillara kade, in a grocery shop, you can find it. So varieties of goods are. But if you think about a business which is selling maybe dal, that business will have only dal sometime. So that dal selling business will distribute dal for all the small grocery shops. So wholesale businesses, they don't focus on big variety. One item large quantity, one item. Or you take rice people. What is that Mudalali's name? I can't remember his name also. The uh, wholesale supplier. I can't remember his name. Somehow you just think and see a person who is having rice, he is making only rice. Okay. So that person will give the rice to all the grocery shops. So his business is only focusing on rice in large quantities. And he will distribute it for the grocery shop. When you think about the grocery shop, a grocery shop is the person who is selling to the end consumer. අන්තිමටම කඩේ කාට දෙන්නේ grocery shop එකනේ. They have lot of variety of foods. Third one, close proximity to the consumer inside the brackets right now, which means retail shops are located closely to the consumer. Closely to the consumer. So if you take retail shops people, it's there closer to us. But wholesale businesses are not like that people. They will be there in maybe one location. That one location, they will do their task and they will distribute for all the retail businesses, all the grocery shops. We'll take Manchi for Maliban company. Okay. Maliban factory is there in Ratmala. It's there only in Ratmala. Okay. It's there only in Ratmala. So they will do their production massively and they will send it to these small shops. These small shops only finally they will sell it to the end consumer. So in that situation, the Maliban company is a production business. So that production business, that Maliban company, what they will do for big suppliers, they will give their quantities in massive scale. Those big suppliers, so those big companies will come and distribute it for small companies. Somehow retail businesses are very accessible to the end user, not like wholesale businesses. And fourth one, write down, fourth one, supply required goods in required quantities at required time. So people, you just take an example. You want Anchor milk powder. If you want it, go to the shop, you can buy it now. If you want 400 grams, go and buy it now for 400 grams. But not, you can't do the same when it is a wholesale business. If you all of a sudden, if you ask for 1,000 tons, they will not be able to supply it on that time itself because they has to go through a big process. So it will take some time. But here not like that. Whatever the item that you need, you can go and buy for the quantity that you need. If you need only 400 grams, you can buy 400 grams. Okay. Now let's write certain importance of the retail businesses. Provide goods and services to fulfill needs and wants. Needs and wants. End consumer will get to know about new goods through a retailer. Because people, when you go to a shop only, you will see, okay, a new item has arrived. So we'll try and see. We will not go inside the wholesale business store. Can obtain on credit at times. The, as an end consumer. So you just take an example. You need 500 grams of sugar. But your mom will tell, පුතා මේ අල්ලපු කඩේට ගිහිල්ලා සීනි 500ක් අරගෙන එන්න. අංකල්ට කියන්න පස්සේ සල්ලි දෙන්නම් කියලා. You go and bring a 500 grams of sugar. Tell to the Mudalali, he'll give money later once you get the salary. You can buy it on credit if you want. Supporting to improve the quality of goods by informing consumer feedback to producer. So retail business is the party who are closely working with the customers. So if customer is having any complaints, they can directly tell it to the wholesale business. So let's take an example. You have a problem with Atlas books. So what you can directly do, if you tell it to the shop owner, retail business, which is the bookshop near your house, that bookshop person will tell it to the wholesale business. Here, see wholesale. There are some problems in your books. This is the feedback I got from the end consumer. Because end consumer is not directly meeting the wholesaler. No? End consumer is directly meeting the retailer. The bookshop, not Atlas. They can pass that message to improve the quality. So now let's write certain types of retail traders. Change it to retail traders. Retail traders. Types. Fixed and large scale. Fixed and large scale. Example, supermarkets. Example, supermarket. Fixed and large scale. Fixed means not moving. Fixed. So if you take Keels will not move here and there. No? If you take Cargill's Good City will not move here and there. One place. It is there in one place. Huh? Next one. Fixed and small scale. Fixed and small scale. like the grocery shops. Grocery shops. The grocery shop also, it will not move here and there. It's there in one place. No? Other one, mobile small scale. Mobile means moving here and mobile small scale. So have you seen these trucks and all? Where people will come. Even you take fish, Malu uncle, ah, he will push a small truck and come. So those are mobile and small scale. Example, mobile, retail, store, on vehicle, retail, traders, traveling, traveling, fair to fair. Fair to fair means lamai polem polata. Certain people are there, what they will do. One day, maybe in Mount Lania Pola. Another day, Dehiwala Pola. Another day, maybe Angulana Pola. Likewise, they will move fair to fair, not in one place. Place by place, they'll take the items, they will put it, and they will sell it. Like so with that, retail trade is done. Huh? Now let's move to the next one. Wholesale. Write it to the wholesale. Write it for the wholesale. Purchasing goods in the purpose of selling to resellers. Resellers. A seller who engage in wholesale trade is known as wholesaler. So let me take an example. We'll assume this is the farmer. Farm. Okay. In his farm, he has carrot. 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 So simply farmer is the producer. Producer or manufacturer. Manufacturer. So intermediary party will come. So this is what happening in Sri Lanka. Okay. A person will come. Maybe from Peta market. Okay. Or Manin market. Whatever. So he will go to the farmer. He will take all the carrots. So this is ABC Limited. So ABC Limited, what are they doing? They are giving all the carrots maybe to Kill Super. Kills. Harida. So Kills is given to you. You. End use. End use. So in this situation, now ABC will not give only to Kills. ABC will give to maybe small groceries. ABC will give to maybe Food City. Food City. So ABC is taking the carrot from this farmer, from the producer. They being intermediary, now they are doing only the carrot sales. ගත්ත carrot ටික දුන්න මේගොල්ලෝ හැමෝටම. So for the end user who will sell, these parties only will sell to the end user. So if you categorize this is a producer manufacturer category. Producer manufacturer. ABC Limited is a wholesaler. This one is a retail. This is the end consumer. So wholesaler, what he is doing, wholesaler is selling it to the resellers. No? I විකුණනුන්ට. Keels එක carrot කන්න නැහැ බා. Keels will not eat carrot. No. Only you will eat carrot. Grocery shop will not eat carrot. Only you will eat carrot. Food City will not eat carrot. Only you will eat carrot. So who will sell it to the end consumer? Food City, small grocery shop, or the Keels. Okay. Now sometimes there are certain businesses who does 2-3 jobs at once. Certain businesses තියෙනවා මේ දෙකම එකපාර ඒගොල්ලෝ බයි. They are the producer, they are the wholesaler also. Certain businesses are there. They will produce, they will do the wholesale also. They will give it directly to the retail businesses where retail businesses will sell. So understand the core thing done by a wholesaler. Wholesaler, what they are doing, they will sell it in large quantities. They will sell it for the retail businesses or for the resellers. Resellers only will sell it to the end consumer. And businesses are there, may production manufacturing ekai wholesale ekai dekama තමයි කරන්නේ. They will manufacture in large scale. Being a wholesaler, they will distribute it for the retail businesses. Their retail businesses only will give it to the end consumers. So this is the complete process. මතක තියාගන්න. කැමති නම් screenshot එකක් ගහගන්න. චිරිස් ගන්න. Okay. So let's write some characteristics of wholesale trader. Purchasing goods in the purpose of selling to reseller. Second one, often sell large quantities. Again, people, you take this example. When ABC Limited is selling carrots to Keels, will they sell 1 or 2 carrots? No, no. When you are buying, you will buy 1 or 2. That means Keels will sell 1 or 2 to you. But ABC Limited will not sell 1 or 2 to Keels. Keels should buy in large quantities. Big quantities selling by Karan. So they will sell in big quantities. Often sell large quantities. Selling less variety of item or one item sometimes or only one item sometimes. As I told you this, ABC Limited carrot විතරයි. ගෑල මේ සුපර් මාකට් එකේ වගේ තියෙන ඔක්කොම විකුණන්නේ නැහැනේ. Focus only for carrot. Unit selling price can be low because of the large quantity. So since the when from ABC, when Keels is buying or when Food City is buying, when small grocery is buying, when they are buying, since they are buying, or these people are selling a large quantity, the price will be lower. For you, if they are selling 100 grams, we'll assume for 1,000 rupees, the ABC Limited will sell for Keels maybe for, I would say, 50 rupees or 100 rupees or 500 rupees maybe. So that's how now if I show you how businesses makes money, let me show you. This farmer will sell maybe 1 kilo. Farmer will sell maybe 1 kilo for 1,000 rupees. I'm just saying. Oh, we'll assume for 100 rupees. Farmer will sell for 100 rupees. 1 kilo, 100. ABC Limited. ABC Limited will sell it for Keels maybe for 1 kilo, 200 rupees. Keels will sell it to you maybe 1 kilo for 500 rupees. So you see, being the intermediary, how much money that they are making. Keels is making a profit of 300 for each kilo because they bought it for 200, selling for 500. ABC Limited bought it for 100, selling for 200, profit of 100. Sometimes farmers are not getting this amount also. Very less amount only farmers are getting. Maybe for 1 kilo, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, that's how they get. So you just think and see as an end consumer, if we directly buy from the farmer, පට්ටනේ. Farmer මේ මේගොල්ලොන්ට 100ට දෙන එකේ මට ගිහිල්ලා කියන්න පුළුවන් farmer here see I'll give you 150 rupees, give it to me කියලා. Farmer still he will give to me. So being the intermediary, this is how the businesses are making money. When the if a final end consumer, if they directly purchase from the producer, the cost will be very less. The prices will be very less. Business ideas මම දෙන්නේ. If this end consumer directly, if we can meet the farmer and get the carrot, sorted. If they can surpass ABC Limited and Keels, so why are they keeping that extra profit lamai? Because they are also doing a business. No? They have staff, they have building, electricity, water, they have expenses, they have to pay, they need money. That's why they are also giving a profit and selling it for. Okay. Unit selling price can be low because of large quantities. The final one, provide trade discounts due to large quantity. Okay. Now we'll write certain differences from it. We'll put a small table and we'll write retail, wholesale. Sell to final consumer, sell to reseller. Sell different types of items. Sell only one or limited items. Limited items. Price relatively high than wholesale. Price relatively lower than retail. Generally sell on listed price. Generally give trade discount due to large quantity. And people, if you take retail businesses, they know exactly what customer needs, because they are like directly dealing with the customer. But wholesale businesses, since they are not directly dealing with the end consumer, sometimes they will not know what exactly customer needs. So if that's the case, they have to keep a good relationship between the retail shops. They have to get the feedback from them. If not, they have to do research directly. Retail businesses, since they are directly dealing with the final customer, end consumer, they know what customer needs exactly. Well aware of what consumer required as they directly deal with end consumer. Do not have direct contact with end consumer. Collect information. Collect information through retailers. Okay, now let's move to the next one. So with that, we are done with the domestic trade. Now let's move to the international trade. So domestic trade within the country, international trade with other countries. Trading activities that are carried out between two or more countries is known as the international trade. So import trade, I told you people, bringing anithayaga badu into our country, bringing other country items inside our country, like bringing cars, bringing maybe phones, bringing the laptops, importing. Write in paper, bringing goods or services from, generally we won't use the services, goods from foreign countries to our country. Example, bringing crude oil, bringing crude oil from Middle East, bringing cars from Japan, so that is import trade. Import trade. Export trade, as I told you, sending our products to other countries, like sending our rubber, sending our tea, sending our coconut, sending our garments, exporting, sending, or selling our items to foreign countries. Example, sending Sri Lankan tea to European countries, sending Sri Lankan apparel to USA. Okay, so now let's do this question. We have to put true or false. You all can give a try. Then I'll start. Okay. So let's go through the question, Lamai. State whether the statement given below are true or false. Purchasing exercise books by a school, cooperative shop to sell to students. So purchasing the books by this particular shop in order to sell it back to the students. So this particular school cooperative shop is relevant to retail trade. True or false? Purchasing exercise books by a school cooperative shop to sell to the students. So they will sell it to the students. Students are end consumers. Students are end consumers. Is called as a retail trade. So they are purchasing exercise books, purchasing of exercise books by a school, school cooperative shop. They are buying it in the expectation of selling it to the end user. So if you buy in the expectation of selling to end user, that is retail. If you buy in the expectation of selling it for a reseller, that is wholesale. So here they are buying it to sell it to the final students. No, students again no pottara students lamai pottu ikura nene appa lamai ne potta use karanne. Students only will use the book. So they are going to sell it to end user. So it is a retail. It's a true. Next one. Selling ready-made garments manufactured in Sri Lanka to foreign countries. Avabadu sending it to outside countries is an example of export trade. Yes. Our items sending to outsiders. Export trade. Selling required goods for the daily needs of consumer in required quantities is a characteristic of wholesale trade. So you see the characteristics that I gave you, that is a characteristic that I gave you under the retail trade. Yeah. Required goods in required quantities and required time, retail trade, not the wholesale trade. So that is a false statement. Buying required milk, powder, fuel, etc. for our country. We are buying to our country from a foreign country is an example for import trade. Yes, we are buying from other country to our country. We are bringing it inside our country. True. The difference between retail trade and wholesale trade is lying based on the purpose. Yes, that's what I told you. If you are buying or purchasing, there. If you are purchasing or buying in the expectation of selling to end user, that is a retail business. If you are buying in the expectation of selling it for a reseller, that is wholesale. The purpose of buying or the purchase. Yes, true. Retailer often has direct contact with the consumer. Yes. The wholesale price of goods is often higher. No. Wholesale price is less because large quantities. Wholesale price, large quantities. Large quantities in the discount hub. So that is false. selling rubber manufactured in Sri Lanka to China and bringing in Chinese machineries is an example for export trade. No, no, Lamai. Selling rubber manufactured in Sri Lanka to China, yes, it is export trade. Bringing in machinery, bringing in Chinese machinery, bringing. It is not export. Make export. Make import. So that is a false. The retail trade involves variety of goods, whereas wholesale trade involves limited type of goods. Yes, retail, keel super, a lot of items are there. But the carrot seller only carrot. In our country, both retail trade and wholesale trade, it's retail trade also there, wholesale trade also there, both are there. So these are your answers. So with that, Labai, with that, we are completely done with the first part. What is the first part? This trade part is done. So next, what we have to study is the supporting services. As I told you, for me to run the business, bank is supporting me. For you to run the business, for your staff to come to the work, transport is supporting you, transportation service. I have a big stock of tables. If it get burned with the fire, I will make losses. So I might have taken some insurance. Insurance is supporting. So here you all are joining for my classes. I can conduct the classes to you through the internet. Internet service is provided by Dialog. Services connected with the communication. Like the supporting services are there. So those supporting services only people we have to study next. So a quick recap of what we studied in the today's session. Very simple. This is the recap. Trade, two types: domestic trade, international trade. Domestic trade within the country, international trade with the other countries. Retail trade, if you are selling to the end user. Wholesale trade, if you are selling for a resale. Import means bringing the outside other countries' item. Export trade means sending our item to other countries. That's it for the day. Bye bye.